Hi there, this is Marie Page from the Digitarati. What I'm wanting to talk to you about today is how to run a competition really well on Facebook, a competition that complies with terms of service, doesn't break any rules, and also really maximises the benefit you can have from running that competition. So I've got one running at the moment on my page that I run for Muse Academy, quite a niche target market this. So you can see we've got at the top of the page an ad for our product of ours. And if you scroll down, the first post I've got is a competition post. So I want to unpack this for you. First of all, you can see that it's very engaging, and of course, Facebook is suggesting that I boost it. Now we've got just over 14,000 fans, and you'll see that in about 20 hours that's reached over 5,000 people. So that is way better reach than I would normally get for an organic post. Occasionally I do quite well like that, but it has to be quite a sticky viral piece. And this clearly, because it's a competition, is because people really engage with it. So let's have a look at it, what I've done here. We've got a relationship with a capo company called G7. They're always really happy to give a few capos away if they get some exposure on our Facebook page and in our newsletter and emails and website and that kind of stuff. And I have returned the favour a little by tagging them in here. We know them really well, and they'll do the same thing back to us, which works really nicely, and they get great exposure for their brands, and we of course get lots and lots of traction on Facebook and hopefully pick up some new fans and maybe some new customers. So I keep the copy really simple. We say, there's 4 capos to be won. We also throw in one of our own courses. You see what we're doing here is Muse Academy has a capo and transposing course. That's available on DVD and online, and so what we're trying to do is match up what we do with what the kind of sponsoring company does, because there's obviously some synergy there. So as you can see, this is a link post here, and it's linking in something on a website. So if I clicked on that, it would take you to this. So this is our website, this is our blog. And you'll see I've got the same image there, and it's the image size I chose was the right size for Facebook posts. You see it's rectangular rather than square, so it fits nicely on your newsfeed, both on mobile and desktop. And what I've got here is effectively the terms and conditions. So it says how you enter, what the deadline is, what you get as a prize. And I've learned from experience that you have to put a closing date on this in terms of when people can claim their prize. So we will do the draw on Friday the 1st of July, and we'll notify 4 winners in the comment thread, in an update to the blog post, and also via message to their Facebook account. Now, as you may know, people do not always get these messages. They go to a kind of hidden folder. So I've often found that people don't actually ever claim their prizes, which is why I give a week's notice on this, because I sometimes find that people 6 months later find that message and then message us and say, oh, can I have my prize? And actually we don't have it anymore. So I find that's quite important. And then another thing of good practice, this is a little video which is about the capo and transposing course that we have ourselves. So I'm just trying to promote well here. Now, what else have I got here that's useful to say? We are saying that the winners will be selected by an independent prize-winning app on Woobox, and I'm just going to show you that. It's here. It doesn't actually show terribly well in the window size I've got optimized here for Facebook. I'm just going to move in a little bit there. And you can see on Woobox, this is a free app. I can find my post that this is in relation to, and if this will let me move this across, yes it will, I can hit pick winner. Now I'm going to just temporarily do this for you now so you can see. Users, and I'm going to squidge this back again, I'm using Camtasia by the way to do this recording. Users can enter by reacting to this post, so this is liking or loving or whatever the post. I hit pick a winner, and scroll down here, and the first winner is Jerry Eisner, okay, and I can then hit to pick another winner, and because this is temporary I can just undo this and unpick it. So we'll go back to the actual post here and wanted to show you a few things. So first of all, you obviously put this on your page, but not everyone's going to see it like that, not even all of your fans. And actually, this really is not particularly aimed at fans. Yes, it's nice to give a prize for them, but this is aimed at getting more eyeballs over to your page and your website. So I might choose to boost that post. I would not target fans. I would choose to target maybe a website custom audience, perhaps people that have visited the website but weren't fans and weren't on our mailing list. I might choose to target by interest, people that are, for instance, interested in guitar or capos, or perhaps are fans of G7. So I'd definitely have a think about boosting that post, particularly if I was doing some decent targeting on that. So that's the first thing I'd like to do. The other thing, and this is an absolutely wonderful trick, which if you don't know about it, I know you'll be using it all over. So you can see we've already had nearly 400 likes. I'm just going to click on that and show you a fabulous trick. Now, look at this. You can invite them to like your page. And we've got plenty of our existing fans on there. And obviously it's been good that they've liked it, because it will have shown up in their news feeds, quite possibly to their friends, that they've liked that particular post. And I can hit invite, 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 invite to what will be hundreds of people here. And I will continue to do this throughout the competition. They'll only ever get an invite once. And it's just a really simple little invite that Facebook sends them. We've got another video elsewhere in our archive which actually screen grabs what it is that they see, so you can have a look at that if you like. But that is a really fabulous little tool and really makes the most of this competition for you. Now, this tool does sometimes disappear from Facebook. It disappeared a couple of days ago and is back for me today. So I'm hoping it's going to stay. You can use this tool for ads as well. So let's click out of that. So I want to talk about the terms and conditions. You absolutely have to provide terms and conditions. Now, it can be in a link like I've done, or it can be within the body of that post. One of the really important things, and again, I'm going to shoot to another page, and I'm just going to make this a little bit bigger so that you can see what Facebook says about this. Okay, so look at this, promotions. This is, you can Google this. This is on facebook.com/page_guidelines.php. Anyway, if you use Facebook to communicate or administer a promotion, i.e. a contest or sweepstake, which is what I'm doing, you're responsible for the lawful promotion. You're responsible for the rules, the terms, the eligibility. That might be about age or residency. For instance, we might have a competition that's only open to the UK. And compliance with the rules for competitions in your geography. So if you are in a country that has rules that are stricter than what you standardly would use on Facebook, you are responsible for that. Then promotions on Facebook must include the following. This is very important. A complete release of Facebook by each entrant or participant. Then acknowledgement that the promotion is in no way sponsored, endorsed or administered or associated with Facebook. Now, I have very much put that onto my terms and conditions, so you need to make sure you do that. Facebook can close you down if you don't, so worth you knowing whether, understanding that and making sure you put it in. Now, used to have to administer competitions within apps, you don't anymore. You can just put them on your timeline. You can't use personal timelines, and you cannot use friend connections. And look at this, you cannot tell people that they have to share on their timeline or share with their friends to enter the competition. That contravenes the terms of service. I know there are loads and loads of big brands that do that all the time, but you're not allowed to, and Facebook can take a very, very dim view and close you down. You also cannot tag friends to enter. Now, what I do with mine is I say to people, like this post to enter the competition. If you would also like to share it with your friends, that's fine, you're welcome, but you don't have to. Okay, so all you can do is get them to like. You could get them to comment as well, but as far as terms and conditions are concerned, you absolutely mustn't get them to force that they share or force that they like your page. It's just about liking the post. Okay. Right, so let's go back to this. I wanted to show you a couple of other things. That's nice and big then. We'll just send this back, oops, to default. Now, the other thing I did yesterday morning when I launched this was, of course, I sent an email out to my newsletter. So I'm just going to drag that into the window for you so you can see how that looks. So we've got, this is the way that the email looked when it came into an inbox. You've got that same graphic, win the G7 Capo, and there's a link to the product that we're offering as well. You click the link to enter the competition, and that takes you to the Facebook post. And it says to enter, what you need to do is write a post about the competition on Facebook. And of course, in that post is the link to the terms and conditions. And then I've chosen to put something else in, which is my current new big project, which is the Music Academy Worship Community, which is a new Facebook group I've launched within less than 2 weeks. We've had over 1,200 members. It's really buzzing in there, and Facebook groups are so hot right now. So I'm using every opportunity to promote that, including, of course, this competition. Okay, so I'm going to get shut of that. Let's just see if there's anything else I would suggest that you would do. Well, I might suggest making sure that there's a pixel on this page on your website, and possibly retargeting people that have been on that page with guitar-related offers, that kind of thing. So I would retarget using Facebook website custom audiences. Loads and loads on our website about how to do Facebook advertising. If you sign up for the Digitarati mailing list and you tick that you're interested in Facebook advertising, that will get you into an awesome email sequence that has lots and lots of free resources and tips on Facebook advertising. So I think that's pretty much all for this. This competition is running for a little while, so I fully expect it to reach many, many more thousands. Of course, I will talk to G7 for that, making sure it's promoted to their list as well, because we would love them to be on our site and on our mailing list. But I think as far as running a decent competition goes, that pretty much sums it up. I will see a big, big spike in likes for the page, even though I haven't asked people to like the page. We ran a similar competition a year ago and saw a massive spike in our insights. So well worth doing. If you have any questions at all on competitions, please put them in the thread of this post, the post that I'm doing of the video in due course, or just ask us on Messenger or on the Digitarati's Facebook group, which will be launched very, very soon. Hope that's helpful, and good luck with your competitions.